There's a new section on the Common Application this year called Responsibilities and Circumstances. You can find it right after your activities list on Common App. The idea behind responsibilities and circumstances is to give students an opportunity to indicate anything that they do within their family that adds up to 4 hours or more a week, or any circumstances that they are facing that could impact their academics or their extracurricular involvement. So this section is divided into two parts. The first part being responsibilities, the second part being circumstances. There is no room to explain this. You're just checking off boxes in this section. So for responsibilities, some of them include taking care of a younger sibling or an elderly family member, driving that younger sibling or family member around to appointments or activities or school. It could also be being an interpreter or translator for a family member, or working for your family's business unpaid. If you do any of these responsibilities 4 hours or more a week, you can check off one of those boxes or more. If none of those responsibilities pertain to you, you would select the last option, which is none of these. And I would suspect that most students that are filling out the Common Application are going to be marking off none of these. Then when we get to the circumstances part of this section, it tends to be more serious situations. It could be a student who has experienced homelessness, a student who is living without power, heat, water, or food, even a student who is living on their own. One of the circumstances, though, that could be a more popular choice could be the one about students who are commuting 60 minutes or more a day from home to school and school to home. That actually is going to impact a significant number of students, whether it's because it is a long distance from their home to their school, or because they have a lot of wait time in between different forms of transportation. So if any of those circumstances apply to you, you can check them off. But again, the most popular option that students are going to be selecting in the circumstances part of that section is going to be none of these. The thing about the responsibilities and the circumstances, especially the more demanding responsibilities or the more serious circumstances, if you're checking those boxes off, you probably want to provide some context in another part of the application. So it could be in your activities list. If you are working for the family business, you can note that. If it is a circumstances, you probably want to mention it in an essay, or you can also use the challenges and circumstances section of Common App. And that is an open space where you have up to 250 words where you could provide more context if you're checking off one of the more serious circumstances checkboxes.